Yeah. Let's go back now to algebra. Yes. Now, let's start our new module here in Unit 2, which is Module 3, Lesson 1. Now, linear equations in standard form. So in this lesson, we're going to learn what is the linear equation, what is the definition of the linear equation, how I will graph the linear equation, and how I will find the x and y intercepts. This is a very important lesson. Okay, it is, you will use it later on in algebra too. Anywhere you have to know what is the meaning of linear, how to graph it, and what is the x and y intercept. Now, before we start, let's understand what is the linear equation. What is the definition of linear equation? Now, first of all, remember that if I say it like x to the power of 1 and x to the power of 2. X to the power of 1, we said since the power is 1, we call it linear. And if it is to the power of 2, we say it's a quadratic. This is the types of equations. The equations, when they come, they may be x to the power of 1, they may be x squared, they may be x cubic. Okay? The first one, if I have to the power of 1, I call it linear. If it's have to the power of 2, we call it quadratic. To the power of 3, we call it cubic or triangle. There's no 0. 0, it will be coefficients. X to the power of 0 is 1. So it's come like numbers. So linear, what do I mean by linear? So this is the linear. It means x, it must be to the power of 1. I'm talking about x and y, not x squared, not y squared. Only x, only y. Now, in this lesson now, we're going to learn a linear equation, but now in 2 variables. The common variables in math, I will not say now n, m, or o, p, they are x and y. Okay? And in Arabic, sin or sad. So in English, they are oriented. I mean, like here, I have x and y. The 2 variables, they are common in math, x and y. So I have it like x plus y equal coefficients, which is a number. Like x plus y equal 4. X plus y equal 7. Sometimes there is a coefficients of x, we call them a, like 3x. A is a number, but because it's related to x, I call it a. And for y, I call it b. So, such as x plus y equals 4. 2x plus 3y equals 5. These are an examples of linear. Now, like 5x minus 2y equals 9 as an example, or negative 9. Now, in the first case here, okay, what is the coefficients of x? What do I mean by coefficients of x? A number that is multiplied by x. What is a number that's multiplied by x? 1. No, they're not 0. 0, it comes 0. Yeah, there's a number 1, but it's hidden. So it's 1. Now, what is the coefficients of y? It's also 1. And what is here the coefficients, or what is the 4? The second one. The coefficients of x is 2, 3, and what's here?
But teacher,
5.
we said that if they have different these numbers x and y, if they're different, we can't add them.
I didn't add them. I'll keep them as it is.
Okay, teacher, but you equal 5.
No, this is just an example.
So how 5x minus 2x?
This is an example. It's just an example. No, Hadi, it could be. Don't say 5 minus 2. No. This is 5x to 2y. You cannot simplify them. You cannot add them. So, What is the coefficients of x? 5. And of y? -2. It must be plus vy. And what is the coefficients of c here? Negative. Is this an example? No, Miss, example. It's example.
طيب كيف صح؟
How like x plus y equals 5? This is a linear equation, but from one variable. Then you will solve it. Now this one here, it's a linear equation, but from two variables, x and y. And I cannot solve it. Later on, and up to now, I cannot solve it. Later on, when I want to solve it, okay, since it has two variables, I need two equations. So if I give you this one, I must give you another equation. Then you have a lot of ways to find x and y. This is not now. Just now, you have to know that this is a linear equation. Why I call them linear? Because look at the coefficients of x and y, they are 1. Of two variables, because I have two variables, x and y. That's it? Okay. Now, what's the standard form of it? The standard form, or like a general form, which is ax plus by equals c. It must be written like this: x plus y equals c. Not x here and y on the other side. If it's like this, it's linear, but how to rewrite it, I will tell you. So this is what the standard form: ax plus by equals c. A is a coefficients of x. X and y, they are variables, and they must be raised to the power of 1. Now, B is a coefficients of y, and c is a constant. Constant, it must be a number. Now, a and b, how it will be? Are they only 1 or -1? It could be any real number. It could be 1. It could be square root of 13. It could be 2. It could be -2. It could be -2.5. It could be 2/4, and so on. So a, it could be any of these numbers. What do I mean? Like it could be square root of 13x minus 2.5y equals 4, as an example. It could be like this. And the coefficients here is square root of 13. The coefficients here is -2.5. It's okay? So the coefficients, it could be any real number. And as we know before, what do I mean by the real number? The real number, they are integers, whole, rational, non-rational, and so on. It's okay? This is the first one, what I mean by linear equation of two variables. And why I call them linear? Because later on, when I will represent them in the coordinates, it's come like line. When I draw it, it comes like line. It comes not like U. The quadratic, it's U. The absolute, it's come like V. Later on, we'll talk about it. But the linear, from its name, you will, when you graph it in the XY coordinate, it comes like line. That's why I say linear, because its graph is line. Okay? Now, so this is what ax plus by. It's named two variables. If it is ax plus bx, as an example, it's come in, okay, linear, but in one variable. Linear in two variables, I have ax, and y. Now, these are examples of linear and nonlinear. Look at the first one. The x and y, both of the x, what is the power of x?
1.
And the power of y?
1.
So it's linear. The second one, what is the power of x?
1.
Here,
There is no variable.
1. So is it linear? The third one, 1. 1, so it's linear. Here, 1. And y, 1. So it's linear. Now-
I didn't understand anything.
Look at the power of x. What is the power of x? 1. And power of y? If they are, both of them are 1, so it's linear. Okay, look at the second one here. What is the power of x?
1.
Power of y? 3. They are not both of them 1, 1. They are 1, 1 and 1 and 3. So is it linear? No. The second one, what is the power of x? Y? Is it linear? Oh, yes. And it must be 1, 1. Yes, only 1. Bravo. That's it. Now here, what is the 2? And y? 2. Is it linear? No. Here, 3. 2. Is it linear? So they must have x1 and y1. That's it?
Any other number?
Yes, exactly. Now, this is here your example. In go to the next page. This here, number 1. Which of the equations are linear? It's in the book here. Yeah. Number the first one. Yes, Yalayal. 5x minus 4y equals 3. Is it linear or no? أيوة. Bravo. Bravo. Mayar, the second one. It's linear. Bravo. Nada, the third one. Not linear. I read it's me not linear. Okay. Serene. Number 7. Not linear. Bravo. Ranim. Number 8. Linear. Amwaj. Number 9. Linear. Bravo. So the green one, it's been linear. The red one, it's been non-linear. Okay? Anyway, it's something like this. تحمست. يلا. Who is online? شهد. Yes. Line.
Teacher, can I answer with you?
Yes. I will let you, but not now. When I have any question, I will call you. Who is online now?
I'll tell you the names. Me, Yara, Sarah, Adwan, Noura, Shahid, Yasmin.
Where's Habiba?
Habiba's not in the class. I don't know why.
Because teacher has problem.
It's okay. Supposed to come today, right? Surprise. Okay. Hey guys, by the way, you have to give me your homework as an online assignment. Online. There's no one give me the homework.
You mean teacher, we can send it on Telegram for me to add a picture.
Yeah.
Teacher, on a class slide, it doesn't appear for me to add a picture. I'll send it to you on Telegram.
But it's okay. The others.
Today, teacher, I will send you the homework.
It's okay. And this is for the geometry module 2, lesson 1. And there's a question in module 2, lesson 2. One only. I told you you have to send it on Telegram.
Okay, teacher.
Okay?
Teacher, I only answered the 25 and 27. Is there more?
What?
I only answered the 25 and 27 from this semester.
What do you mean by 25, 27?
25, 27 in the workbook of geometry.
No, wait just a minute. This is 25, 27. No. Lesson 21 only, page 21, the homework.
But teacher, it's written in the weekly plan in 25 and 27. I solved them.
Check it again.
25, 27. Maybe do you see the new weekly plan?
Oh, صح. Teacher, I opened the new Muslim plan by
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, let's continue now. Now here, these 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is what we said here before. We say that they are linear. Now, but this linear, not just a minute. Wait. No, not special. Wait. They are linear, but they are not written in a standard form. What do I mean by standard form? X and Y here, and the constant on the other side. Look at the first one. Is X and Y on the left and the constant on the right? Constant the number. I mean the number.
Yes.
Okay, the answer. Is it X and Y on the left and the number on the right?
Yes.
So yes, so this one is written in the standard form. Look at the second one now. It's not in the standard, it's linear, but that's in the standard form. So what did they ask me? They asked me to rewrite. What do I have to do?
I know.
I have to put the X
Rearrange
on the left side. I will rearrange it. Put X on the left side and the constant on the other side. How you will add or how you will put X, put it on the left side? What do you have to do? So what do you have to do, yeah, Sammy?
You will change the sign.
Bravo, you were right. Plus 3x plus 3x. I want to move negative 3x to the left. So plus 3x plus 3x. So now it comes like 3x plus y equals negative.
What if we have the same equation rearranged in not correct order? Like now this one, it will be the constant at the last and the first variables at the first. But then in another equation, it is like this.
You mean like here is 4 and here x plus y?
Yeah.
It's correct too.
Yeah, but and now in another equation, it is in the correct form. Will it change the answer?
Hello, wait. It's like, you mean like, it's like this.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the question now?
And now if we put 3x plus 4y equals to.
لا استسلم. نسيت مريم.
I can't, it doesn't work out.
That's your fault. Yes. Which one? This one? Here, you have to write x and y on side, and the constant on the other side, or the answer on the other side. But in this one here, it's not written. So what do you have to do? You have to move it to the left. How? If it is negative, put it positive. So it comes like y plus 3x or 3x plus y equals negative.
What's the negative 2 is in the y, instead of the y and the y.
Move it. Move it to the other side. Okay, if 2 is here, you have to move it on the other, you have to arrange it. You have to write it as x, y constant. X plus y equals constant. You have to write it like this. Yes, exactly. So here now, in this way, I write it in the standard form. Yeah.
Teacher,
Yes, okay.
teacher, I have a question.
Constant is number. Constant is mean a number. It's not variable. Just wait, excuse me, just a minute. Variable, it must be x and y. Variable, it means it's changed. Constant, it's fixed. It's not changed. Yes, Elia. It's in standard form. All of them are linear. I told you, linear, x and y must be have a power of 1. And all of them are linear. 1, 2, 3, 4 are linear. Look at y, x to the power of 1, y to the power of 1. So it's linear. but it's not written in the standard form. How I will make it in standard form? I have to put x and y on side and the constant on the other side. Yeah. Yes, yeah, Shahid. Maria, so yes, Maria.
Yes, teacher. Teacher, I still didn't get how to rewrite the equation from linear to non-linear.
It's not non-linear. It's both. They are linear, and I rewrite them in linear, but I rewrite them in standard form. The standard form is ax plus by equals c. So I want to rewrite them in this way. Yani as an example, I know that Tamara, Raneem, and Nada are in grade 7. So they are linear.
Yeah.
But how they arranged, they must be Tamara plus Raneem on this side equal Nada on the other side. And if Nada, and so here we have Tamara, here we have Raneem, and here they are equals Nada. Okay? Now in this case, if Raneem or Tamara plus Nada equals Raneem, this is not written, or this is not, they are not seated in a correct one. How I will rearrange them? I tell Tamara, please stay here. Nada, change your place with Raneem. It's the same as in equations. But in equations, if you change its place, hey, no, don't change them. You have to change the sign too. Because like if I want to set, let Raneem set on Nada, she have to take her back. So you have to change the sign. Okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you. I understood.
Yeah. But now, number 3. Number 3. Here, y on this side and negative half x plus 5 on the other side. Yalla, what you have to do?
We will put.
Okay, but she wants to.
Don't hit.
Okay, continue. أيوة برافو plus half x plus half x. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, Hala, this is cancel as we know before. So how it will be? يلا tell me. أيوة half x
plus
4y
4y
equals 5. Good job. Bravo. That's it. Yes.
Understand?
Teacher, when you start using 5, do this.
This is by and geometry.
Yes, when we will do this.
You have to talk about the.
Sir,
Yeah.
when we will do it.
You talk about the circumference area of circle. صح؟
We
I
will
think
see
maybe
how
for
many
algebra
ways
2 with
to
geometry.
do
بالgeometry in grade 10. You will
I
talk
thought
about
we will take out-
something. Then now number 4. Yes, yes, Tamara.
Teacher, there is 5.
But it's okay. Bye. Which I told you they might have to be real numbers, so it's fine. It's okay.
Now here we will take negative 0.5.
It's already x written, and it's a place.
Okay, positive y.
أيوة.
Positive y. Positive y.
Okay.
2.5x plus y equals 5.
Bravo. Now it's written in the standard form. So all of them are linear, but
Yes.
some of them not written in the standard form. I have to rewrite them.
Teacher,
That's it?
3 words there. 3 words there.
What do you mean?
To write linear equation.
You mean like move x or move y or move c?
No, I mean the whole linear equations. There is 3 words to write. It's standard form and then fixed form. يعني how we write linear equation? Standard form.
Oh, it's okay. I understand that. Okay. Did you finish writing now?
Yeah, actually, it's not also in the book.
Oh, it's not in the book.
Yeah, it's
Oh, لا يا ماما, it's in the book. Hey, rewrite.
Teacher, I don't write it in the book because the book is,
Oh, it didn't have space. I know.
it doesn't make no problem.
تبع الحين بروح لهذه الدرس الحين بدي أفهم. عشان أفهم.
الحين نعم. Did you finish now?
Yeah, I finished. Teacher, I
Huh?
got in the first math C plus.
Did you see my
Mine
mark
is
in the
A
test?
plus.
I want to see my mark.
Mine is A plus.
How C plus?
Mine is A plus. Ask the teacher.
It's A minus, not A plus.
Teacher, no, it is A plus.
Oh, A plus. Oh.
Teacher, where is this in the book? Which page?
Which page? Which page? Which
I
page?
don't care. 76.
76.
76.
Yeah. Now after we talk about what is the linear equation, now we're gonna graph them.
No, we take it in grade.
Now the graph of linear equation is a set of all pair of x and y that satisfy the equation. So what do I mean? What do I mean?
Teacher, I didn't find it in 76.
It's algebra.
You miss algebra.
It's in her homework.
Ah, okay.
So now, I will write a pair of numbers like 3, 4, 5, 6 that satisfy the equation. What do I mean by satisfy the
Make
equation?
the equation happy.
Like x plus y equals 5. X plus y equals 5. So now, if x is 1, what's the value of y?
1, 4.
4. Now, two numbers, you add them, they are 5.
Why not x would be 4 and 1?
Now, if I told you if x is 1, what's the value of y? You say, but if x is 4, what's the value of 1? Of y? 1. If x is 2, what's the value of y?
3.
3. They are added and they are make 5. Okay? So what do I mean? This one, what we call it, pair of x and y values, pair of x, y coordinates. Now, all of them, they satisfy this equation. Okay? Now, why I want to graph? When I graph the linear, I can find any coordinate that satisfy the equation. From where I get them? From the line. And I will tell you how. So this is the meaning of pair of x and y that satisfy the equation. I mean, like if I add 2 plus 5 plus 3, I get 5. If I add 4 plus 1, I get 5. Now, let's see more examples.
It should make me happy.
Now, here it is number 2, examine the table of values. So, of 2x plus y equals 4 and its corresponding graph. So, first of all, when I want to graph the linear equation, the first thing I have to draw a table. Okay? In this table, this is my equation. 2x plus y equals 4. This is my equation. It's given, or it's written, which is 2x plus y equals 4. I have now to do what? To graph it. What do I mean by graph it? I have to put the points or plot the points in the coordinate plane. Now, what I have to do? First of all, I have to make table, put the values of x, equation, the values of y, and the point of the graph. Now, how I will write x? If I want to put x, I have to put any points I want them. Hello, good morning. Mom, focus with me. No, they are not sleeping. Okay, sit. Now, so continue. Here I have the values of x. So the first step, I have to write all the numbers as I want. Some of you want them as -1, 0, 1, and 2. Any number I want. Some of you want 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of you want -2, -1, 0, and 1. So I put any points I want from my mind. This is the first step. The second step now, what do I have to do next? I have to substitute the value of x in my equation. How? 2x plus y equals 4. This is my equation. But now, instead of x, what do I have to write? -1. So, instead of x, I will write -1. Now next, 2 times -1, -2. Plus y equals what? Equals 4. So the first step, I will put any numbers from my mind to the value of x, but y is not from my mind. The value of y depends on the value of x. So I choose -1. I replace them or I substitute them instead of x. So it comes like 2 times -1, -2, plus y equals what? Equals 4. Now then let's solve it here, as we know before. Yes? Yeah. Bravo, it's 6. How?
Because the 2 is negative, so you have to add the 2.
Bravo.
And to make it equal to 4, add the...
Bravo. So this is how she solved it. She said that y is 6. So what's the value of y now? 6. Now how I write the point of the graph or the coordinates? As we know before, x, then y. So what's the value of x?
1.
Bravo. -1. 6. Got it? Let's do now another example. If x is 0. Eh? It's okay, yes, Maya.
But teacher, like, you're gonna bring this, you're gonna put the numbers on.
No, you have to put them from your mind, as you want. So here I choose -1, 0. Look at your book. They choose another numbers. Bravo. So she said that 2 times 0, she substitute x with 0. So 2 times 0 plus y equals 4. Then continue here. You can solve it here.
Continue and explain. Talk about what you are doing.
Oh, sorry.
As if you are a teacher.
I'm sorry. Okay. I used my. Okay. And instead it's 6, and it has to be -1, 6. Yes.
So can I answer after?
Okay, I'll let you know. So now rewrite it and explain for your friends. أيوة برافو. That's right. Equals 4. Like, can you do it here, please? To show them how you find y. Wait, 2 times 0, so it has to be 0. أيوة. 0 plus y equals 4. So what's the value of y? 4. Bravo. So now Mayar will write number 4 here. Then what's the coordinate will be? 0, 4. Bravo. Yes. 0 plus y is 4. 0 plus y is what? Just a minute. 0 plus y. Hello, you know from the anything added to 0 is what? 0 plus 4. 4. 0 plus y. 1. So here is y equals 4. Okay. I want time. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. After that. Yeah. Now I want to know number 1. Yes. It's okay. That's okay. Yeah, continue, please. You're welcome. Yeah, y, make it y.
Oh,
أيوة. In math, make it like this. Huh? لا wait. Just a minute. 2 times 1. Ah, you solve it. Okay, but then I have to tell them how.
I have my own way of writing.
okay, but you should tell us the steps. Can you just write the answer direct?
I'm
يلا
not
2 plus y equals 4. يلا continue.
then
هلا she substitute and what is the number that I added to 2 give me 4. Okay, she solve it by her mind and tell me it's 2. She said that. Okay, I will solve it in math.
Teacher, it's supposed to be 1 and then 2.
Miss 2 plus something give me 4. What's the something will be?
Okay, then it
That's how you solve it in math. Just a minute.
But teacher, it's wrong way. We will make negative 2 and negative 2.
Ah.
2 and then it's supposed to be 1.
It's okay, you mean the coordinate. Okay, sorry.
it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Now, how?
لأنه أنت تضيف one.
Because you substitute the 1.
Oh.
Because the value of x is 1.
هذا الإكس
That's it. يلا بس let me solve it. هلا do you know from where she get y2? طيب now ليال. Yes ليال.
Teacher, can we try it with half?
Yeah, you can try any number you want. Look at the book. The book give you more another numbers. And they must be correct. Yes. Please.
يعني كيف teacher can the x be more than 4 يعني
Oh yeah. You can put any إن شاء الله 10. No problem. يلا.
طب how can you do one يعني
لا, no. They must be 3 at the least 3 numbers or 3 coordinates. Yes.
What if the answer is 10?
Oh my goodness.
Teacher, in the test you will say if
No, you cannot make under. Just a minute. Just a minute, please.
teacher, in the test you will say if x equals blah 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 then
No, you have to put the numbers. The first one was. She is it by mistake. Negative 1 what? 6. The second one.
0 4.
Negative 2.
لا, 0. What did we solve here? 0 what? 0 4. Okay, 1 2. Now here we say this is negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Yeah, now only number 2. What do you have to do first? أيوة. Wait. From where you get negative 2? Okay. Two. What's the value of x here? It's 2x. So you write 2. What's the value of x that you want to put it? It's 2x plus 4 equals 1. Is right? No, wait. 2x. But instead of 2, what do you have to write? It's a total 2x plus y equals 4. Okay? Right. Then what you have to do now? You will clear x, and instead of it, what you have to write? Bravo. 2. So you have to substitute with 2. Yeah. Now, okay, solve here. No problem. Write it here. Write it here. 2 times 2. 4. Yeah, write 4. Plus. It's okay. Yeah. Let's multiply. We say it 4 plus what? Plus y. Write plus y equals 4. Now be careful. In math, you have to write y in lowercase, not uppercase. Okay, it seems like 4. Now then continue. Now 4 plus y equals 4. How you will find y? as we said before in the module 2 or module 1? What do you have to do? Okay, here, if you have, let's like this, 4 plus y equals 4. How you will solve y? How you solve the variable? Four is added to 4. Y is added to 4, give you 4. Is it right? Okay, so what did I say? Y is added to 4, give you 4. I read it like this, is it right? No. So I said y is added to 4. What is the opposite of plus 4? Or added to 4? Minus, bravo. So you will put minus what here? 4. And on the other side? Minus 4, that's it. Now then, 4 minus 4, 0. Plus y equals 4 minus 4. You have to solve it now, is it right? 0. So what's the value of y? 0. So I write instead of y, 0. Now how you write the coordinates?
There is an easier way.
Yes.
Or you can solve it as you want.
But this one
Okay.
is easier.
And you can simple head 4 plus 4 equals 4.
So how will you write? First, when you write the
So
coordinates,
you write it, I think 4 and 0.
y. Is it right? It's first x, then y. What is x here? 2. Write 2 at the beginning. What is y that you find it? 0. So it will be 2, 0. Got it now? So here we have 2, here we have 4, and here we have 6.
Teacher, give us another example.
Now, let's
Teacher,
finish.
can I-
No, wait.
Yes, please.
Oh, it's finished. What do you have after this period?
Teacher, I just have one question.
Oh, it's okay.
Teacher, I just have one question. Can I ask?
Can the number here be 5 or
Oh, you can choose anyone. Now,
Teacher, I have a question.
yes.
Teacher, from where did you get 2 to the power of 2 plus y equals 4?
That is not linear equation.
Sorry?
From where did you get 2 to the power of 2 plus y equals 4?
This one? It's not to the power. It's 2 times 2.
2 times 2 plus
Yes.
y equals 4. How did you get
Yeah.
it, teacher?
I told you, you have to substitute x. It's like this. And then we have 2x plus y equals 4. Now, what's the value of x that?
Now 2.
2. So you have to substitute x now with 2.
Just.
Just that, yes.
Okay.
Now, tomorrow, now the period is finished. Tomorrow, I will let you now learn how can we plot these numbers in the coordinate plane and how give me a line. They must give me a line. If they didn't give me a line, I did something wrong. I don't know, that's the time. Do you have any question? That's a break.
Today's lesson is a bit easy, but a bit confusing.
Yeah, inshallah, they will be easier more than the one. Tomorrow, inshallah.